So I know why you guys are here on this channel. You've seen this everywhere, absolutely everywhere. If you've been on crypto Twitter, on the internet at all, even looked at the markets, you're probably seeing people talk about how there will be no alt season. And you know what? I'm not going to act like I don't know why people are saying this. The market in general, the sentiment, especially with altcoins, is just absolutely shocking. And we're going to be explaining why the reason for this is, what's going to happen in the future, are things going to turn around. We're just going to be explaining the whole situation here, so maybe strap yourselves in for this video. Just wanted to come on here right now and just address this really quickly, because a lot of people have been talking about this on Twitter. There's countless statuses talking about how there's going to be no alt season, countless YouTubers, people talking to me in the group about how there's no alt season. I just want to explain the situation for what it is, why this is happening right now with the altcoins, and yeah. So basically guys, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin and where we are at in the market. I don't need to do much analysis at this point in time to let you guys know that Bitcoin is pretty much right at all-time highs, right? I mean, let's just say an odd 10% off all-time high, which is absolutely nothing. Does this look like something to be concerned about, guys? Right up here, this is the all-time chart for Bitcoin pretty much, right, since 2013. Look where we are. Absolutely no concern about Bitcoin at all. Most people aren't concerned about Bitcoin, so we'll kind of leave it there. Bitcoin is doing its thing, absolutely performing extremely well, and it's become one of the safe havens in crypto, as it always kind of has been. But that typical volatility we've seen in previous bull markets, where we have these 20-30% drops on the way up, they haven't really happened this time around. I mean, we did have this drop from, I think this was March, I believe. We had this about 32% correction in March, which has been the most volatile it's been the whole time. But ever since then, we haven't really gone through a major correction. So Bitcoin is finding some stability, some real kind of value in it, and staying around those heights. That's fine. Bitcoin is not what we're concerned about. However, what we're going to speak about is mainly altcoins, but not even necessarily these ones at the top here. Same thing with Solana. Absolutely and utterly performing extremely well, right near those all-time highs again, right? $200. It did kind of wick up to about 280, 300-ish. But in general, guys, it's right up there with the all-time highs. I mean, of course, if you got extremely unlucky and you bought right up there, you're probably hating yourself. But anytime during this whole bull market, this whole trend here, you would have made an insane amount of money buying during these periods here. So we've got a lot of support on Solana. Solana's looking extremely bullish as always. The one thing everyone is concerned about, guys, so I'll just quickly talk about a few of these altcoins. BNB is holding up extremely well. XRP's done really well. Ethereum has done nothing. Ethereum has been an extreme letdown this time around, but I think Ethereum season will be coming very soon. It's looking quite bullish in the last few days, even though the market's been going down. Like, it hasn't really gone down too much. But as a general rule, I mean, Ethereum hasn't really done much. It's done like a 2x since the bottom of the bear market, and people are kind of getting bored of Ethereum in general too. But yeah, a lot of these altcoins have done alright. Dogecoin hasn't done too bad, but where the problems are coming is where people have invested into these really low market cap altcoins well beyond the top 100, right? And people are getting sick of it. A lot of crypto Twitter and a lot more savvy, like crypto savvy investors really get into these low market cap altcoins trying to ride narratives. So obviously we saw a little bit of a narrative take off within the AI sector. More specifically, AI agents did have a massive run up. But ever since that sniff and that first initial pump, they've kind of dropped off and never really came back. So what I want to talk about, especially meme coins, I mean, God, meme coins, guys, if you have been invested in meme coins and you didn't get in right near the start, you have been absolutely obliterated. If you're in anything but Pepe, GigaChad, and potentially SPX 6900, right? I mean, even Fartcoin, one of the most bullish meme coins I saw, has just from the highs been absolutely smashed. Anything that was on Murad's list got smashed, apart from those two that I was talking about. Turbo, it's holding up there, but yeah, anything at PopCat, I mean, guys, wasn't this like the main narrative for the cat coins? Like, what are we talking about here? So with that all taken into account, guys, you can look at it in your own time. A lot of these prices, they're absolutely in the mud. People are wondering what's happening. There's going to be no alt season. It's all over, right? But I want to talk about a few things, in my opinion, which has absolutely screwed this market for the short term and made people think this, and why I think, in general, the altcoin season is still on. I'll be explaining my bull run thesis for that. In my opinion, the number one reason for alt season being halted or nothing really happening as of right now is this website here. This absolute circus called pump.fun. So a lot of people like this website. It's essentially basically a decentralized casino. That's the best way I explain this. There's just hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of coins releasing by the day. You can see everything here is being created every second. Look, 8 seconds ago, 9 seconds ago, 21 seconds ago, 20 seconds ago. Wait till this updates, guys. Like every second. Look, another one right there. What is it? Balloon. Yeah, like just so many shit coins, guys. And what this does is there's so many people speculating, gambling on these coins that the liquidity available in the market is being sucked up by just a huge amount of shit coins. Because what's happened in crypto now, everyone understands the importance of being early. Everyone's trying to be early. So what happens is it becomes a battle for getting in a coin early, and once you know you're early into a coin, you start shilling it to everyone and telling everyone about it. But then the people you're telling about it like another coin because they're early to it and they want to tell everyone about it. And what happens is there's just millions of these coins that everyone's telling to get into, and there's just too many happening. And why is pump.fun the problem? Because it has made coin creation so easily accessible by people, and you don't need much liquidity to start it. It makes the whole process so much easier. So in 2021, when the main altcoin rally started, there wasn't this many coins. There was just absolutely nowhere near this amount of coins. Make no mistake, a lot of these are going to be invisible over time, but a lot of them actually do end up reaching that bonding curve as well, what you need for them to start a radium liquidity pool, and then it eventually gets pushed and everything like that. People market it, start talking about it. So guys, in my opinion, pump.fun is a massive problem. It arguably has a great use case to it, right? It's made people that don't have as much capital able to make a coin and create a community and whatnot. For example, you know, I'm not even trying to shield this coin, guys. I've talked about it many times on my channel. For example, All Will Retire. It was made on pump.fun. Maybe the person or the developer who started this coin didn't have enough capital to start a coin himself, and pump.fun made that process a lot easier. So it does have a use case for it. But what's happening now is, obviously, most that are being released are just ways and smarter ways, if you call it that. Everyone knows what's happening, to siphon people's money from their bank account to the scammer or the person whose intention was to take money from the project, right? A lot of these projects, in fact 99% of them, aren't genuine projects. We all know that, right? Everyone's in crypto to make money, and it couldn't be any more obvious. So what's happened next, in my opinion, that's absolutely screwed this market, was this right here, official Trump. Now, why was this such a screw up within the market? This reached a market cap of about almost 15 billion, right, guys? And the fully diluted valuation would have been a lot more, like 75 billion, I believe it was, or something like that. This was essentially, for me, aside from maybe Peanut the Squirrel and Moo Deng, they were two coins, and I think maybe Chill Guy would have brought some in. This was undoubtedly the first coin to rope a lot of retail investors in. How many people know who the president of the United States is, right? So they would have seen him make all these posts about his official crypto coin and gotten involved. Now, the problem happens when retail was buying up here, obviously, because they're hearing about it later than the majority of crypto Twitter, the savvy traders in crypto and everything like that. Retail are coming in for a little bit of fun. They're chucking some spare money they have in. And what happens is the people who are in early, the people like, I'm just going to say me and you, we're in crypto early, right? We see all this happening before, because I saw Trump at about $8, right? Now, I didn't buy in, but if I did and it went to $70, I would have sold. So what's happened is the people that did get in early, like I said, let's just look at the price anyway. $72 it peaked at, and obviously everyone started selling everything. Who hold? Retail, because they don't know what's going on. They hold on to their coins. Maybe they chuck $500 in, $200 in, $300, $1,000. That would be worth approximately a quarter or a fifth of what they bought it at, and they're just going, I'm sick of crypto again. Maybe this was the second coming for them. Maybe they put money in crypto last cycle and also lost money. And they thought, yeah, I might, you know what? I might buy Trump's coin because he's the president. And they bought it and they just lost money again and they're sick of it. And people were underestimating how many people actually would have got in on this. Like, there was just so much volume, unbelievable amounts of volume. And I believe so many people just got wrecked on this coin. I really do. And it's really ruined things. If you guys line up the market with how it was performing before this Trump release, you'll realize most coins were doing all right before this. What happened was a lot of the crypto investors as well into other meme coins and other AI coins took their money out of those projects. You can see it in real time on the blockchain and put them into Trump because they knew that was going to be the next big hype thing they could make money on. So all this liquidity got sucked out of the market, put into Trump, and obviously the retail came into Trump and got dumped on. That's what happened. This was why this release was so terrible in my opinion. I didn't mind it at first. And now you're thinking, okay, people got dumped on by Trump. That's not the worst thing in the world. The next massive kick in the nuts, got released. And this was just, nail in the coffin. Hey guys, we're coming to absolutely rob retail here. Everyone thought this was the next Trump on release, obviously, as you're thinking. This got up well over even 2 billion. I think it was a lot higher. It just doesn't show it here on CoinGecko. I think it was around that 7 to 12 billion region. We can definitely have a look somewhere else, but I'll just talk about it for now. And this coin was a disaster, guys. As soon as this released, everyone took out of Trump even, started putting it into Melania. Everything came out of the market again. The market went in the red. Melania went up. This was right at the start, and I was just like, God, guys, like this was just absolutely terrible. And I think this was just such a bad decision by them to do this. This was just such an obvious cash grab trying to rob people in the market. I was really disappointed by this one, to be honest with you guys. Like, the Trump coin, it is what it is, right? Like, people really are kind of fans of Trump and people like what he's doing, yada yada, that's fair enough. But releasing Melania token, like, come on guys, what were you doing? These are main points for why I believe altcoin season hasn't started yet, but I'm going to be speaking about the positives here, guys. What people don't tell you about the market and what's going to happen. Now, the third and final reason I'm going to mention for why alt season has kind of been halted. Like I said, guys, I don't think it's not coming. I think it's been halted personally. A lot of people think it's not coming, but I just think all of these factors have stopped it from coming through. Now, the third factor, I'm gonna bundle this into one factor, even though it's kind of two. The general sentiment with crypto is that Bitcoin is king. So obviously, a lot of people have pivoted towards being a Bitcoin maxi. They believe it's the only crypto worth holding. It's going to be the one that stay here forever. Absolutely fair enough, right? Bitcoin, 110% is absolute gold. It's the one and OG crypto. Fair enough. What I think is holding up alt season, we talked about this briefly. Ethereum has been extremely disappointing. So what I think's happening, guys, is Ethereum hasn't shown the way for alt season. This is what everyone's forgetting about, guys. Everyone's talking about how Ethereum isn't doing anything, but they don't realize how important it is for alt season for Ethereum to kick it off. Historically, Ethereum has been the one to kick off the alt season. Usually we see Bitcoin pumping, reaches an all-time high. That's perfect. That's great. Money starts rotating into Ethereum because Bitcoin starts halting. People start getting more speculative and the money starts rotating into riskier and riskier plays as people get more risk adverse or they get more confident in the market, right? That's exactly what happens. What people are underestimating here is the power Ethereum has to completely turn this market around, in my humble opinion. I think if we see this Ethereum season coming, which is what I believe is next, we have even Eric Trump shilling Ethereum. You've got the base blockchain built on top of Ethereum. They're really setting up for this. I think when Ethereum reaches those all-time highs again, maybe even 5, 6K, it's going to completely trigger alt season. A lot of these AI projects are built on top of Ethereum and everything's going to start following Ethereum again. People are going to get so much more confidence in the market and start following the narrative of alt season again. People are absolutely forgetting how important Ethereum is for alt season. So if you're looking at the graph here, I mean, if you compare this to the Bitcoin chart I was showing you guys before, if you want to go back and look at that, Ethereum has just not followed Bitcoin at all this cycle. I mean, yeah, there obviously are some similarities with the uptrend, right? I absolutely understand that. Of course, there's going to be an uptrend in general. But the thing is, it just hasn't gone to that next level. It hasn't gone past its all-time high even of 4.8k, not even close. The high on Ethereum right now is 4.1k. Guys, sitting at 2.8k, if Ethereum cracks its all-time high and gets some nice volume that I think's coming for it very soon, I think they're really setting up for this. I don't think people really understand how much alt season will actually kick off. I think we need to look at Ethereum's charting for altcoin season, and this is how we're going to determine what's going to happen in the future, because a lot of people are looking at like, oh, alt season's not coming, guys. It's because Ethereum hasn't done anything. I'm telling you guys right now, historically, Ethereum is the instigator for altcoin season. Now, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. What we want to see for alt season is Bitcoin dominance drop. That's exactly what happened. So if we look at Bitcoin's dominance here, this is February 2017, right? Historically, this is one of the biggest altcoin seasons in history. This is when Bitcoin dominance dropped and fell off a cliff. This 2017 to 2018 period, that's when all these altcoins flew. XRP reached all-time high, just massive highs, right, in this whole speculative period. And then this period here is when the bear market kind of happened, right? So people were accumulating Bitcoin again because everyone kind of just leaves alt as soon as Bitcoin's done. And this is where the Bitcoin dominance starts growing again, yada, yada, yada. And then we start entering that bull market kind of phase again where Bitcoin starts pumping the most out of everything. So this phase here is kind of the bear market. So obviously Bitcoin dominance increases again because everyone just shits their alts out, right? Everyone goes, I'm staying away from that because the whole market sentiment is negative. So people don't want to be in high risk assets. So if Bitcoin is risky, the altcoins are a lot riskier. So that's everyone's kind of general outlook and they walk away from it. So next, what happened this period here, you might be thinking, oh, okay, awesome. This was essentially the start of the bull market, right? The halving kind of year, where people are getting a little bit more confidence. People start speculating in the altcoins. Bitcoin dominance is slightly falling, so a lot more money's coming into those altcoins. So if we look at when alt season started, the first alt season for the last bull run, it was January 1st, 2021, where the altcoin dominance really took over at these periods of time here. People really got confident, especially around this March, April period in Bitcoin. So you're talking about here, yep, when it reached its local top and Bitcoin was kind of consolidating. This is when Bitcoin dominance completely fell off a cliff. Everyone was like, okay, Bitcoin's found a nice ground here. People think this is a fair value. Let's start speculating on altcoins. This is when Ethereum would have taken off. So guys, this is just from memory. I haven't even double checked this before I made the video. Obviously you can tell this is right off the thing. Let's look when Ethereum started pumping. Yeah, right around that March, April period, absolutely flew right into May, right? So we're looking at that Bitcoin dominance fall off a cliff there. See how Ethereum led the way for it. There was a massive spike for Ethereum, guys. This was an absolute huge push for Ethereum, and that's when the Bitcoin dominance fell. That's when alt season started. Everything flew to the billions, all right? So where am I going with all this tangent in this cycle? Guys, to put it simply, there's been no alt season. Where's the Bitcoin dominance falling? We want to see Bitcoin dominance absolutely fall off a cliff to see what we want it going down here, approximately 40%. And you know what? You know when we think the market is over, when that Bitcoin dominance goes to approximately 40%, that's when we can start thinking things are over, right? So here, in my opinion, is exactly why we haven't reached a top yet. This would just be completely out of the ordinary for this season being over. So for this part of the video, I'm going to make a little demonstration just drawing what I think's happening, right, guys? So what's happened is the general sentiment has been kind of quite boring. So people think there's going to be no alt season. Why do I think this has been halted, in my opinion, and I still think alt season is coming? First of all, we talked about it. Pump.fun. Massive issue here. I believe Pump.Fun is one of the main instigators for this alt season being halted and being a problem. It's spread out too much liquidity, too many shit coins, made it too easy for people to make coins, and everyone's trying to get in early this time around. Because as we know, let's make it here, more crypto knowledge. People in general, people that are still in these markets, have more crypto knowledge than we had before. Everyone knows early equals everything. And if you don't know that, you'll find it out very fast. People are finding out that being early to the market is absolutely everything. So what's everyone trying to do? Be early on Pump.Fun. This is what's spread out all the liquidity, in my opinion. And this is what's made it so hard for projects to reach those billions in market caps, maybe even hundreds of millions. There's so few projects that are reaching hundreds of millions in valuation this time around, when in even 2017, there was so many altcoins just absolutely flying to stupid valuations. 2021, we even had garbage like SafeMoon go into the tens of billions of market cap. I mean, it was just so easy. Shiba Inu, essentially just a Doge copy, went to 44 billion. Yet, classic memes this time around, Pepe, absolute goat of meme coin culture, right? Hasn't even cracked more than 15 billion market cap, I believe. Giga Chad, one of the OG memes as well, hasn't even cracked $1 billion in market cap, which is absolutely insane to me. And all these other top tier meme coins just have not done anything. Dog with Hat fell off a cliff. You can make the argument it's a top tier meme coin. I don't really like it that much anymore. Popcat, 22 cents. What happened there? So, like I'm telling you guys, everyone's kind of rotating out all the time, trying to out-trade the market. There's no genuine investors holding these tokens anymore, so that's a massive problem. And then, if that wasn't enough, Trump token came along. Absolutely sucked all the liquidity out of the market. Absolutely finished everyone's ass off for that period of time. And then we went, okay, the pain from Trump coins over, everything's settled down, and then let's bring out Melania token. People got wrecked again. All these retail investors that would have found crypto again for the first time because they're not actively in the markets. But when you go and see your president say he made a meme coin, you go, you know what, I might give it a try. Nah, bang, wrecked, lose all their money. Retail lose. All right, now let's draw up why I believe altcoin season is still coming. Ethereum has been a pile of crap. Ethereum has done absolutely nothing. Ethereum has not reached all-time highs. This is historically, like I said, a main pivotal point for when people start rotating into lower market cap coins, because they get the confidence. Ethereum is that confidence booster in the market. Think what you want about Ethereum. I've heard it all before in my group. A lot of people don't like Ethereum. Oh, it's the fees are shit, blah, blah, blah. I get it, right? That's people's first initial thoughts about it. But you have to understand, guys, Ethereum is a network that puts decentralization and security before everything else. If those fees are going to cost $30, $40, $50, they do not care. It's about decentralization and security, and these layer 2 solutions are trying to sort out the fees. For now, it's not a retail friendly chain at all. It's trying to do the biggest thing in crypto, but it hasn't been able to do it successfully while onboarding retail. I understand a lot of you people watching these videos, you're like, yeah, Solana's the best. Mind you, I like Solana, absolutely love Solana. The reason why you think Solana's the best is because you're just trading shit coins. You're trying to make money on shit coins, which is fine. But understand that's why you like Sol. We don't completely understand the tech, which is also fine. No one's expecting everyone here to understand all the technology that happens with crypto, right? But just saying Ethereum shit because the fees cost a lot isn't really reality either. So here's my bull market thesis for this time around. Soon as Ethereum's back pushes all-time highs like that, I think everyone won't have a clue what's about to happen. I think the money will then rotate into low market cap coins, meme coins. This will particularly happen on the Ethereum blockchain first of all, because that ecosystem's pumping. Once people see what's happening with this ecosystem, I believe it'll start the Sol rally, which will be absolutely mind-boggling. Like I said, that will pivot into the Sol AI, meme coins, these AI agents all over Solana at the moment, and then the memes. For example, Giga Chat on Solana, right? So that's going to rotate into those massive meme coins. So ETH all-time high. This is my bull run thesis. Low market caps, then the memes, Sol, blah, 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 all that. This isn't just specific to Sol. Once Ethereum starts pumping, I'm talking about the top 50 coins will all pump. But obviously for us here, considering trading, and a lot of the coins we buy are on Sol. So we're more likely affected by Solana going up. So this is my thesis for altcoin season coming. I think it's as simple as Ethereum pushes all-time highs, guys. I know everyone's trying to overcomplicate it. I'm telling you, if Ethereum doesn't reach all-time highs, it might be over. But once Ethereum does, all of these people saying there'll be no alt season will just look so silly, and they're going to have to explain to people why some of their investors that listen to them didn't get into coins nice and early while everything was bearish. So they're going to miss out on life-changing gains, in my opinion. So just before we end this video, I'm going to give you guys a few thoughts on why alt season will ultimately always happen as long as Ethereum pushes all-time highs. Number one, I know this is going to be completely controversial to you guys, but for some of you guys that actually read through the bigger picture, Bitcoin, for the most part, for retail, equals boring. I know it's going to hurt a lot of opinions. I don't care at all. I'm not attached to all these coins. I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin's great. It should be your biggest holding if you can do so. But Bitcoin to retail is boring. What do you think Bitcoin's going to reach this cycle? Maybe 200, 300, 400,000? Okay, maybe if you think it reaches 400,000, that's what, a 4x on people's money. So Bitcoin, at most 4x or so. I think that's realistic, right? I mean, I'm sure there's people watching these videos thinking, oh, it's going to go to 1 million. That's fine. Do the numbers in your head. That's 10x then. But this is boring to people. People want to have fun. People want to put $500 in. Retail wants to put $500 in, and you know it goes to 12,500 on a dog coin. And then this is what happens. They tell their friends. Once this has happened, this thing here, 500 into 12 grand, tell friends. So what people undoubtedly do next is tell their friends. They just made so much money, right? Maybe they're making absolutely nothing at work. They tell their friends, maybe a 22-year-old guy, bro, you got to get in on this coin. I made 12.5 grand in 2 weeks off Johnny the dog. And then his mate goes, what? No way, show us. He shows him his Phantom wallet. His mate is impressed. Impressed friends. Yeah, the writing's absolutely garbage. And then the cycle continues. This is how that retail cycle continues. People start talking about the money they earn. This becomes a trend on TikTok. I wish I could draw more. And it's self-perpetuating. Once people are making money on these altcoins, everyone starts talking about it. And eventually it comes to a head. And that's when alt season is over. Not now, when the sentiment is extremely low. And I understand all these people want to act extremely smart. They want to call the top before someone else and be the guy who called it, right? I think all these people are making a massive mistake calling the top and saying there's going to be no altcoin cycle. The reason why there will be an altcoin cycle is because everyone wants it to happen. Guys, believe it or not, I know a lot of you people into crypto, even myself, love Bitcoin, right? I'd love to see it keep going up. The reality is, how many people do you tell about Bitcoin actually care? They'll be like, oh yeah, might make some gains on it. Everyone wants the next 100x crypto. That's all everyone is looking for. Everyone heard about someone who got rich off Doge. Everyone heard about someone who got rich off Shiba Inu. When's the last time you heard someone get rich off Bitcoin? Human nature, greed. Simple as that. That is what people want. People want to get greedy, make a lot of money. No one's changing their life with Bitcoin. That's a retail investor. That's the actual true reality of it. If you're not investing at least $10,000 minimum into Bitcoin, you're not going to be making money that you probably care about in these markets. I mean, you're getting into a very risky market in general. You might as well go for gold. That's the general sentiment people have. So I hope a lot of you guys watching this video understand my outlook, why alt season is ultimately going to happen in this cycle. Bitcoin dominance is just super high at the moment, and we haven't even seen it drop this whole time. That's kind of why nothing's made a push. And like I said, I believe this is because of Ethereum. So if you like my outlook, guys, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I enjoy making these videos for you guys. And if you want to talk to a group full of like-minded individuals, join my free telegrams in the link down below. We discuss new opportunities, how to get in coins early, just a general great community. Everyone's friends there. We help each other make money. So if you guys like that, don't forget to join my free telegram in the links down below. And I'll see you in the next video, and peace.